Lights, camera, action. I'm Ruth Harris. You're watching Go Island on Shaw TV's Channel 4. The 24th Annual World Community Film Festival is coming up in a week. It's going to be fantastic. Now behind me is the Native Sons Hall. They've got two venues there. And over here, behind me now, is the Florence Filberg. They have two venues there. And then now over here behind me again is the Sid Williams Theater with one venue. Opening night, closing night. Right there, comfy seats, big screen. You don't want to miss it. It's going to be so exciting. Fantastic, fantastic documentaries chosen for this year's film festival. Go online, check out the website, look at all of your choices. And the interesting thing is they've been able to schedule them so that if you're watching one there, you have time when it's done to get over there or over here, whichever one you want to go to. So you have time to move around in between the movies, but check out the schedule and pick the ones you want to go to. Get your tickets, look at the website, call them, drop by and see them. We've got 3 interviews coming up shortly from different board members talking about the festival. But first, we're going to watch this from here in the Comox Valley. I'm Ruth Harris. Joining me is Wayne Bradley from World Community. It's the Film Festival, 24 years in the running. Wayne, let's talk about the overall theme of this festival.
Well, this is a art festival, is a community-based, even though it travels across the country. The basic theme of it is building community. How activities that are shown on the screen are reflected in community activities, in this case in the Comox Valley, but also in the communities where it travels to.
Awesome. Now, how do you go about picking the films?
That's a mystery. We have a program committee. We watch about 150 films during the course of the year. And I don't know if it's describable how we decide. It's purely subjective. We want good cinematography, good storytelling, and highlighting issues that are of importance in the community. So then we reach a consensus somehow.
Does it ever come to fisticuffs?
Almost.
I want that film. No, I want that film.
But we get a lot of politics, you know.
Yes,
if you let
of
me
course.
have the one you're interested in, maybe I back off on this one a little bit. So yeah, there's a mysterious process of consensus. We always get a total consensus on more films than we can fit in. So it's easy to get the consensus. Rolling it back is a little tougher.
Have you ever thought about expanding the festival to 2 weekends?
Yeah, we do. We think that every year. The program committee keeps saying, well, we don't have enough room. We really should get bigger. And the sensible people on the board say, you guys are crazy. All
right. Well, what's your favorite film this year?
My favorite film is called Marmato. And it's a multi-layered story about mining in Colombia. Artisanal mining and their conflict with a Canadian mining company that wants to come in and move the village and destroy the environment. And I've watched it 3 times, and it's got more story every time I watch it because the cinematography is so fabulous. The focus of the character development of the main people is so tremendous. That's what I remember is the people in the film.
Great.
Built around the story they're telling. So, you know, documentaries often have a reputation of being kind of sawdust and dry. They can
this
be
doesn't
really
sound like that at all.
It can be really exciting with great cinematography.
Awesome.
This is great film work.
All right. Well, thank you so much for your time. Now, speaking of great stories, you get to now watch this one. I'm Ruth Harris. We're making our round through the board members of the World Community Film Festival. This is Janet Fairbanks. Now, Janet, you're going to talk about opening night. Okay, how exciting is this going to be?
Well, I'm very excited about opening night. We have 2 films, and the first film is called Reaching Blue, and it's the story of what's happening to our oceans right here. So it's a local story looking at the oyster industry and the challenges that we're facing because of climate change.
Okay.
But the cinematography in it is beautiful, and we also have one of the filmmakers coming.
Oh,
so that's going to be
great.
an added bonus as well.
That's awesome. And the other one?
And the other one is called Becoming Bulletproof. And this is one of the most heartwarming films that I've seen in 24 years of watching films.
Really?
So it really relates to building community.
Okay.
It's about a group of people with different abilities, whether it's Down syndrome or any kind of physical disability, who come together every year to make a movie.
Oh my goodness.
But it's really about the community that they build with their partners who are able-bodied people who help them in making the film.
Okay.
So it's heartwarming.
Yes.
It's
inspiring.
It's
It sounds like
inspiring. It's funny. It's quite deep in terms of the meaning of life as well. So people will come away with a really warm feeling and big grins.
Now, opening night is right here at the Sid Williams, correct?
It's at the Sid Williams Theater, and opening night sometimes sells out. So people should get their tickets early.
Now,
and I know there's a lot of buzz in the community about this film because of the I Belong campaign.
Yes. And of course, Child Development Association.
So we have a lot of services for people with different abilities in our community. So
now,
it's a great
closing
film.
night, where's closing night going to be?
Closing night will also be back
here
here
at the Sid Williams, and they have so comfortable seats.
It's wonderful.
They have such comfortable seats. Sorry, my grammar's not too good this morning. So they have very comfortable seats, nice big huge screen.
Right.
It's kind of better than watching it at home.
Well, it's also the closing night film is called Damnation. And it's about reclaiming rivers. In this particular case, it's about the decommissioning of an obsolete dam in Washington State. But it really relates to what's happening here in the Comox Valley in terms of all the stream keepers, making sure that rivers are healthy and restored.
Yes.
And the cinematography, again, is beautiful. The story is compelling. It's quite exciting. There's some humor involved.
Excellent.
And it's a film that this will be the only chance to see this film. So it won't be available in our lending library after the festival.
Okay. All right. Now, Film Festival, 24 years going on. This is the 24th year. Get your tickets. Look at the screen below. Check out that website. Call the Sid. Come down. Get your tickets. Anyway, it's going to be great.
And we'll see you there.
It sounds very exciting. Thank you so much. We're going to take a short break. We'll be right back. I'm Mary Ruth Harris. Thanks so much for staying with us. We are downtown Courtney because, of course, coming up next weekend, the 24th Annual Film Festival put on by the world community. Happening here at Florence Filberg, it's kind of the center hub of all things film festival, and the bazaar happens here. So this is where you can come and get information or products or whatever it is you might want. They seem to have it. So put this on your calendar. It's going to be a great couple of days. And right now, we're going to watch this. I'm Mary Ruth Harris. Thanks so much for staying with us. We are right here in downtown Courtney at the Trifecta. Behind Gord is the Sid Williams. Over here to my left is the Florence Filberg, and behind us is the Native Sons Hall. All three venues for the World Community Film Festival. 24 years worth. Ed, this is going to be fantastic. Now let's talk about the three venues.
Well, it is going to transform here. It's going to be exciting because within just over a week, this whole area is going to be just bustling with people, and there'll be a chance to go from the Sid Williams Theater, big screen, the cushy seats. The big screen is also being put up in the Rotary Room downstairs of the Filberg. The Upper Native Sons has a totally new revamped system with big speakers, big screens. So it really is the big viewing experience.
Now, what does that mean for the audience? Like, if I'm coming in to watch a movie, what's the difference between sitting at home watching it in my comfy pajamas or coming out here to one of the venues and watching?
Well, most of us know that movie experience, but you know, it's kind of nice to remind everybody that we can come to a film festival and interact with people, hear the responses to films, hear the laughter in the audience, feel the warmth of being around a community of people that have ideas that are the same as yours or exchange new ideas.
Okay. What's your favorite film?
Well, I saw...
Other than your own.
Other than my home film. Well, my film will be playing. It's a short film called Tribal Canoe Journey. It's playing Saturday afternoon, and It's the day of the Comox estuary in July, a beautiful warm evening when the big dugout canoes came into the Comox Nation,
Awesome.
welcoming them ashore.
Yes.
I also really like a film called Above All Else, which is the blockade of the Keystone XL pipeline.
Oh.
And there you get a really intimate feel for what it would be like to be in that situation.
Okay.
Up in the trees trying to blockade a pipeline.
Okay. All right. Well, that's good. Good to know. So what do you think the #1 highlight for people is for the film festival? So go get your tickets, but what's the #1 highlight?
The #1 highlight would be just the atmosphere.
Okay.
Just meeting new people, being in a place where so much is going on and so many incredible ideas around community building are happening.
Excellent. Thank you so much for your time. We are going to have a look at this, but we'll be back shortly. Let's see. Saturday, February 7th from 10 to 6. What are my choices? There are a lot. Oh, Tribal Canoe Journey at 1 o'clock. Isn't that the one from Ed? Oh, okay, that is his. Okay. Above All Else is at 2:45. You're going to have to check out the schedule yourself. There's a lot there, and you can check it out on the website. And in the meantime, after you do that, or before you do that, you can watch this story, but we'll be back. All right, propaganda, shameless propaganda, connected by coffee. I'm Mary Ruth Harris. Thank you so much for hanging out with us today for Go Island World Community 24th Annual Film Festival here at the Sid Williams Florence Filberg Center and of course Native Sons Hall. It's going to be an amazing couple of days. Check out the website, please. Look at the schedule, read the synopsis of all of the documentaries so you can choose which ones you want to go see. And yes, they've designed it so there's time in between for you to get from one venue over to another venue. And after the movies, you have time to walk through the bazaar and see what is there for all the offerings as well. So have a fabulous weekend and we will see you next week.